makes me want to start singing the Cooper song. It's fudge, but I'll spare you. See, now I'm powering up my weapon. And right here I'm like, it looks the same! I can't tell that I powered it up. Shenanigans! Well, maybe it has a longer reach to it. I don't know. Those dark floor spikes that actually home into those. I'm not for sure what they're supposed to be, really. Can't destroy the camera. And for, there's just more of the floor Gremlin. This time it's its entire upper torso. But for those of you who've seen the movie, you know, I guess I should explain this for those who haven't seen the movie. The skyscraper, they do all kinds of things there, but they also run a cable station there, so they shoot a lot of shows. And this obviously is that was a set for a cooking show. There was a cooking show in the movie. There's also the set for a horror show that we're about to jump into that was in the movie. It was one of those horror host things where a horror host like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, hosts a bunch of old, campy B-movies, horror movies. That's the setup for this. This is the set for that show. The host in the movie for this was dressed up like a vampire. And I don't know why all those gravestones are vibrating. It's like they're dancing. This is like a rave cemetery. See? All the tombstones are having a rave. Oh, the only thing we're missing is flashing lights. But we got a rave cemetery going on here. Need flashing lights and some kicking music. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm going on about these deaths and tombstones. That's why I'm waiting in this room. I'm just being stupid. It's like, they're dancing! Either that or they're laughing at me. Yeah, in the laughing soundtrack, it'll fit. Now we have the moving platform. Moving floor section. That's lovely. Does that hurt me? Yep. The change hurts you, dumbass. I'm a slow learner, aren't I? I'm a crispy critter. Yeah, this is not easy. See, the platform just keeps getting crazier and crazier. By the time you get to the end of the game, it's almost impossible. You're like, how do they expect kids to do this? And when I get to the end of the game, I realize it's a short game. It's the HO tactic. that all these games that a lot of us old gamers are used to, where they got a short game, so they increase the difficulty to make it seem like it's longer than it is. That happened a lot back in the Nintendo days. Why is there lava pits in the office building? I do not know. I see. There's something I pointed out when I played this, is that architect and video games all seem to be completely out of their minds. Because in every building, there's floor spikes where they shouldn't be. There's lava pits where there's no explanation why there's lava pits. It's just that architects and builders in the world of video games are lunatics. There's your explanation. For some weird reason, in the world of video games, they only hire insane people to build their stuff. Because, I mean, look, what office like that doesn't need a good lava pit? I mean, have you ever walked into an office and said, you know what, this is a pretty nice office, but the only thing it's missing is a lava pit and some floor spikes and some conveyor belts. See it. I guess that's. I don't remember what the name of the channel was, but maybe it was in the movie. That would be easy to find when I'm done. Just go and find some Gremlins 2 clips and see. Even though then it'll be too late. This little narration gig will be done. But who cares? If you're actually interested in knowing if that was the abbreviation for the show or the channel, then you can just look it up yourself. It'll be easy. And yes, I'm getting my butt kicked by this section. This is where the platforming truly starts to get a little evil. And it gets worse. And yes, you can imagine that the original recording that I was pretty much screaming by at this point. That's why I say it's a shame that my mic didn't work. Ooh, into the level. This Let's Play would have been hysterical. Second boss is the electricity gremlin from the movie. Electricity gremlin becomes important in the movie at the end, and they use him for the game. He becomes important at the end of the game, which pretty much they follow what happens in the movie, which is cool. I like it when games stick a little closely to the movies, don't get too far out there. And I got my new weapon. Here's the cutscene. It's hard to tell, but in the cutscene, we just trapped the gremlin in a phone. I think we put it on hold or something and trapped him in there. Oh yeah, that's a pretty awesome weapon, I'd say. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I mean, why I was standing. And here we have a gremlin wearing a top hat, shooting. Apparently when he throws the top hats, they multiply. I don't know the logic that's going on here. But yeah, basically he's a legit musician gremlin. We gotta get the words right. trying to kill that ball? I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I can just tell by looking at the way I pause and move the character that I'm already really agitated at this point. I'm already mad. But I don't know. Oh, see, look at this. Look at this. The platforming difficulty has come from challenging and hard to just stupid. And I know I've said this many times, but believe it or not, it's get worse. It gets worse. They're not done yet. Oh no. Right now I'm probably screaming, why? 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 So you're supposed to avoid that ball and get on the escalator and then jump to safety. Yeah. Woo! I did it. Yeah, now that was just stupidity on my part, me being an idiot, which happens often. I wonder if I can make that jump. Ah! Nope. Right here, I'm thinking, huh? It's like, I can't believe I made that jump. Because that jump I tried to make earlier wasn't as far. But I couldn't make that. But I could make that? What? Oh yeah, I was like, oh, that's where this leads, the store. Oh yeah, and I really wanted to get to that store because I want to power up this new weapon. That's right. Like, I want to power up. The old man's like, so, how are you liking the platforming so far? Is it nice? There's a skull flashing on the TV or the computer monitor. Why? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm thinking that's supposed to be, maybe that's the electric gremlin trapped in the TV, but that doesn't make much sense because we trapped him in the phone. One of those 80s phones, really, back then, really high-tech fancy phones that had the little computer monitor in it that you saw in like the really fancy office building. This game should have been renamed to Watch Gizmo Die. Over and over. I like the nice little things they added, like up there, or like there too in the wall, little claw marks from Gremlin hands, Gremlin claw marks. That's pretty cool that they add little stuff like that. I like the little stuff like that they add in the game and movies. the gremlins, the floor gremlins being in a horrible spot. It's like, I should have saw that coming! Arr! In reality, the gremlin was just trying to high-five me, that's all. End of the stage. I think this is the laboratory that's in the movie, where they did all the experiments, altered all the genetics of the gremlins. Really, there's some good bosses in there, but there could have been some better bosses. I mean, we got the electrical gremlin, and we'll get another one of the gremlins at the end, but there was all kinds of them. There was a gargoyle bat gremlin, which was awesome, and I don't think he's a boss in this. You see him as a common enemy. I think we've already seen some of the ones. He would have made a good boss. And also, the main gremlin in this was not the Spike gremlin. It was a super intelligent talking gremlin. He's not as good as Spike from the first movie, but he's pretty funny. He comes across as a intellectual gentleman. He's extremely smart. And he's pretty funny. Because he's still a gremlin and he's still vicious, but now he's intellectual. He's not in this movie. At least I don't think he is. He should have been the last boss. I know I'm spoiling it, but he should have been the one you faced off with. Even though they don't really face off with him at the end of the other movie. Which is kind of what disappointed me at the end of the second movie. Because the first Gremlins movie, and if you haven't seen the first Gremlins movie, I'm sorry because I'm going to spoil it, but it's been what? 25 years? I mean, the time of worrying about spoilers of Gremlins is way, way over. But if you don't want to be spoiled, just mute me. But anyway, at the end of the first Gremlins, there's an awesome climatic showdown and fight between the heroes and Spike. After they kill all the Gremlins, Spike was left. And just about every movie like that ended like that after Gremlins. They kill all the monsters, the main one's left, they gotta face up one, He just happened not to be in there with the rest of them when they blew up the house and the factory, or they drowned them all, whatever way they figure out how to kill them at the end of the movie. But anyway, from my memory, there's the gargoyle bat. They have him as an enemy. But in Gremlins is like the first one to start that cliche, at least from my memory. But anyway, they blow up all the Gremlins in the theater, and Spike was in a department store, a Walmart-like type place, getting candy. So they end up going to the supermarket of fighting Spike, and it's a really, really awesome final showdown. And the second movie doesn't have that. Second movie, they kill them all at once, but the main gremlin is in there too, so they kill him with the rest of the gremlins, so there was not a climatic showdown like there was at the end of the first one. That always disappointed me, because I think they could have done something funny, something fun, with a little showdown with the smart gremlin at the end. But no. It's like they got lazy. It's like, oh, let's just end this movie. Let's kill them all. The platforming? Hell. This is definitely the laboratory, I would say. Yeah, I didn't need that store. I was full health. My weapon's already powered up. I was good to go. Nothing much to say here. I'm just spelling hard. Nope, dead end. I like to explore games like this, because a lot of games like this like to hide stuff in little paths like that. Not so much in this game. I love how I did that pose it was in. That was an accident because I just happened to be in that pose when the game and the level ended and froze. I was in the action mode. I was like, that's awesome. And that was a machine gun gremlin, and I kicked its butt. The machine gun gremlin boss, yeah, I don't even think that fight lasted a minute. I kicked its butt. This final weapon here is pretty awesome. I really like this one. But yeah, that boss was a big gremlin with a machine gun, and it wasn't really that hard. I'm like, no, a gremlin with a machine gun's an interesting boss, but they could have come up with something so much more. What about one of the mutations from the movie? Heck, they should have made that the bat gremlin. But no, we get the same gremlin boss we fought at the beginning of the game. You know, the first boss. But this time he has a machine gun. Well, I mean, at least the electricity gremlin was a boss. That's cool. That was cool. Yeah, platforming here is like destroying me. My face is getting raped multiple times. You guys can just imagine the pure rage fits I'm throwing out. You said you missed him yet? The original soundtrack to this game would have been hilarious. The original recording. This would have been a really funny LP for you guys. Not for me. For me, it was pure hell. But for you guys, it would have been great. But I went through all of that for nothing because it didn't record. Which it really upsets me. I'm sure this LP might still be entertaining, but not even close to what it would have with the original. footage was recorded. You guys really missed out, I think. Because you've seen me rage before, but this entire last time of this game is just pure Arclon rage. Look, this game's ridiculous! These programmers should be drug out in the street and shot! What was he thinking? Oh yeah. I saved into that. The floor gremlin, I saved into it. So I actually had to take that hit. I'm pretty sure I'm at this point I'm cussing in a very loud voice. I don't like being forced to take a hit. Oh yes. It's burned the height of my screaming right here, I'm sure. This is where I'm finally regretting my choice to LP this game. And I knew that moment would come. I knew it. Oh, wow, I almost made it the first time. That would have been awesome. But no, that was not for me. See, look at this. Look at this section. This is pure evil. Insanity. Sadistic. Platforming. I wonder how many kids beat this back in the day. I know there's bound to be some people who beat this, but they were truly experts. Because, you know, you had limited lives and limited continues. With unlimited continues, I can see people with enough patience in this game. Even if their patience would have to be like stone solid, because even with the continues, we're not alive, you'd have to start the whole level over. Not when you died, from the beginning of the level. But I can still see people beating. But I think there was limited continues. As I said, this game is really, really hard to beat. Back in the day when you had no save states.